Yo, what's up? It's UndaSkore. Today I am going to be showing you how to make Afro beats. This is my first time giving it a go. I've watched a couple of tutorials, listened to a few like WizKid tracks and things like that. But yeah, just join me as we figure it out together. Hopefully we can make a vibe. So what I'm going to start off with is I've got a few layers open here with an OmniSphere sound, which is just a Rhodes that sounds like this. And I've also got this one-shot key sound from Cymatics, I think. So I've got this loop from Looperman that sounds like this. I really like it, but I want to make it my own and maybe have the ability to change the chords or some of the notes. I'm going to drag it into this synth, select harmony, and let it do its thing, and hopefully it sounds good. And now I'm also going to copy that into the second key sound, and you can see I've got one pan to the left, one pan to the right. Hopefully this just layers it quite nicely. Next, before we start going further into the melody, I want to add the basic drum bounce because it's a really important part of Afro beats. It's all about the percussion and the groove. So I just want to start getting down the skeleton of that so I know where to go and we can build the other melodic layers around that as well as the bass. In terms of the bounce itself, the best way to remember it for me is that it's basically like the opposite of a drill pattern. In a normal like trap drum pattern, you'd have it like this, you know, you have it. And in drill, you would move the second one to be a bit late, and that gives you the drill bounce, right? So for the Afro beats groove, what I've noticed is you move the first one to be earlier, like so. And I think that's the main thing that you need. So we'll try the hi-hat next, and with the hi-hat I think it's definitely more about trial and error and just being creative with it. Having said that, if you wanted to, you could just start off with like a drill pattern, because usually I'm guessing that would work really well. So we'll use that as, again, like a foundation to build things from. So it's just nice and simple. So dead simple pattern, but I think this is just a good foundation to start off and get that bounce going. Like I said, we'll add more percussion to that later because it's going to be really important. Next I want to show you the bass. So for this you can use pretty much anything. You can use an 808, you can use a bass guitar, you could use a bass synth, whatever you want. But what I'm going to do is just show you how to make a bass in Serum. Really simple. All you have to do is first off select analog, and we're going to choose the sine wave here, the analog BD sine wave. We're going to drop the octaves by 2, just make it a bit low. Next, we're going to mess around with this envelope, so we just want it something like this, I think. You can play around with the envelopes as you want. I'm going to increase the attack a little bit so it doesn't have that sort of clickiness. Drop the decay a little tiny bit. So now we've got something that sounds like this. And then we're going to go into the FX and we're just going to add some distortion. And obviously this you can do to taste. I'm just going to put soft clip and then just play around with the drive. So it's a really simple bass that you can make in Serum, but of course you can get a bass from anywhere. Like I said, 808, bass synth, bass guitar, whatever. So I'll just draw in the notes for what I'm thinking here. We're just listening to it an octave higher first to make sure we got the right tone. Dope. I think that sounds pretty good. I got a bit of distortion on there and also sidechained it to the kick. So we can go back to the melody and start adding like an actual lead and, you know, other cool ear candy and effects like that. First, I just want to add a sort of texture sound, something like a loop or a sample, just to give it something more texturized, for lack of a better word. So I'm just going through some cymatics packs and going through the stems, and there's this guitar layer here which is in F minor, and I think it works pretty well. This is how it sounds by itself. So in UndaSkore we've got this key sound called Italia. It just sounds really nice together, pretty dreamy. This is how it goes. So we're just going to work out a nice little melody to go on top of this. Just going to improvise it, play it on the MIDI keyboard. So I'm just going to start arranging it as well as we go along here to get an idea of what more we need to add. I want to find just a sort of African drum loop. So I've already searched in Splice here. We've got drums, Afro pop, percussion. So we'll just drag this in. So this is what it sounds like by itself. We're setting it very low in the mix because there's a lot going on. I don't want it to get in the way too much. Next, I think a shaker is going to be a good thing just to sit in different pockets. Next, I want to throw in one more Perc sound, and then I think we'll be okay with that for now. And again, we're just going to find a pocket for it. I also want to add in some effects and transitions and things like that now. I want to throw in another MIDI layer here just to finish things off, and for this we'll just find like a cool one shot. So this sound is like a ethnic type of flute, sounds like this. And we'll just find a different sound to replace this one shot because it doesn't sound so good now the melody's in, but I do like the melody. Oh yeah. May mess around with that further depending how I feel as the track goes on, but anyway, I think for now that's where we're going to leave it. Hopefully this video has shown you the basic principles required to make a vibey Afro beats track. But yeah, let me know what you think of the beat. I'll play the final beat in a sec after I've finished arranging it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like and comment. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos, and let me know what sort of genres you want to see. Otherwise, have a good one. Peace out.